Sounds like
Yeah, it sounds like you need to clear your throat, pal.
owners will vote on expansion in the NBA this year. Any surprises?
No. Sounds like it's going to be Seattle and Vegas. By the way, what a great year for Seattle. Let's talk about it, Chris. Chris is
your thoughts, Chris.
They win the Super Bowl, and within the next calendar year, probably a lot sooner, they're going to be awarded an NBA expansion team.
Just proves that the worst people always get rewarded.
Telling you.
Mariners, too.
Mariners doing great. Great year for Seattle. Hey, Chris, let me ask you a question. I want you to give me a serious answer. Do you think the NBA should be in Seattle?
No.
Tell me why.
Because they didn't keep their original team.
Would you feel that way if the Kings had moved to Seattle?
Yes, I would feel that Seattle doesn't deserve a team.
No, but would you feel that Sacramento should get another team?
Yeah.
So if the Kings had left for Seattle or Virginia Beach or Anaheim, and we were sitting here, years removed from it, and there was this opportunity, I said, hey, do you think the NBA should be in Sacramento? You would say no because they didn't keep their original team?
No, I'd say that the Kings do deserve it. Sacramento does deserve a team.
But they didn't keep their original team?
Yeah.
What?
Because it was stolen from them.
But Seattle's team wasn't stolen.
No. Their basketball team was trying to get away from awful, awful people and ended up in Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah.
Think about your favorite people from Seattle. They're from Seattle. They don't live in Seattle.
I like, what's his face? Jason with Sonic Skate. He's a nice guy. He's from Seattle. I like Dave Softy Mahler. He's from Seattle.
Do you, though? When they come on, they're like, we deserve so much. They're not even happy that they won the Super Bowl. They're like, oh, I'm so happy we won the Super Bowl. We deserve the Super Bowl because we're so great. We're the 12th man.
I mean, I can't really argue that part. I'm going to give him that point.
Nobody else has a 12th man. We're the 12th man.
I can see the 12s. I'll concede that. I'm happy the NBA will be back in Seattle. I don't know how it's going to work in Vegas. Now you're going to have football, basketball, baseball, the WNBA, and hockey, amongst UNLV and all that.
Everything else, and just Vegas.
And Vegas,
I think it's going to do great.
I will ask,
and then some realignment needs to happen.
I think it has to. The only way it works is with an expansion team in Vegas.
You mean as far as opposed to moving a franchise?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just curious why.
It feels like there's the connection to the Knights. There's a real connection with the Aces.
Yeah. Which is, again, another reason why John Fisher should do one nice thing in his life and just let go of the A's IP, which, by the way, he can't, as of right now, he can't trademark anyways. Let go of the Athletics, give it up, and call them the Las Vegas Neons or something. I don't know. Slot machines, whatever. Call them that. Make it the own thing.
Is this? I mean, we're assuming Seattle's in, right? Are they going to be the Sonics? Is it just
yes, 100%.
They'll want that, right?
100%.
Supersonics?
I think so. Yeah, because they still the Clay Bennett.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Clay Bennett, and you can say a lot about Clay Bennett, but that was
he saved the Kings.
He kind of did. That was one of the things they did was, hey, Sonics they're yours. Like we're not doing that over here. Sonics are yours, and all the Sonics stuff is in a locked trunk somewhere, banners, whatever, and as soon as it ends up in Seattle, I'm telling you, it's going to be a celebrate. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. Like, if we're going to Vegas right now, I hate bringing this up, but if we're going to Vegas right now and you had to bet who will make the playoffs first, the Sonics or the Sacramento Kings, I don't know how I would bet because that is going to be a massive celebration in Seattle. It's a great basketball town. They never should have lost their team. I'm happy to see it. Also, I would like to provide this annual reminder anytime we talk about this to not just everybody here, but anyone on social media. There will be one Western Conference team moving east, not two. It's a mistake I see a lot. You're gonna have the two here, Vegas and Seattle, and then you will move one to the east. And I'm very curious as to who that will be.
And a lot of I've seen, as far as the furthest east, I believe it's Memphis.
Yeah.
But I think Minnesota makes the most, like it could fit in that Chicago, Indiana,
I agree
Detroit,
with you. I do.
Just kind of that.
What about New Orleans? Aren't they the first? Memphis is further east. You're right.
So, but like Memphis, New Orleans, the Texas team, I don't know. But yeah, move one of them, and these two would come in as expansion into the Western Conference. Expansion's pretty tough.
I imagine Vegas would go into the Pacific.
Well, I would think they'd have 4 divisions.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, you're probably.
Well, because you'd have 16 teams in the West and the East. You could either have 5, 5, 6, or 3, 4, like the NFL does.
Yeah, so you go 5, 5, 5. Everybody has 5. Everything's 5 right now. So yeah, you'd have to. So if you 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. So you would have no. 16 and 16.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So you get 4 divisions.
4. No, I agree with you, actually.
Or do you have, like I said, a 5, 5, and 6?
Well,
but if you did the West, what would be your 4? You could keep the Californias.
I think that's exactly what you do. So you go Lakers, Warriors, Clippers, Kings.
Okay.
There's your Pacific. Okay.
Kind of your North. I mean, could you have like a Denver? You probably have like Denver, Vegas, Seattle, Portland.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And then what? Phoenix goes with the 3.
Yeah, Phoenix, San Antonio,
Dallas, Houston.
You go San Antonio, Dallas, Houston. So you have 3 in Texas, and then probably Phoenix. There's your 4.
And then you get what? New Orleans,
Memphis.
Who are we missing?
Who are we missing? New Orleans, Memphis. Did we already say Utah?
Yeah. I thought I put Utah in with the.
Wait,
maybe it would be Utah, Vegas, Portland, Seattle. You have to have
Oklahoma
Denver.
City. Did we say
Denver and OKC? Maybe it's Denver, OKC, Minnesota. I mean, Memphis, New Orleans. I don't know. There's a little. Yeah, that's a little weird.
But I like the idea first. I think 2 of them. I like the idea of California being their own division. I like the idea of Texas having 3, and then again either adding Denver. You're either probably adding Denver, New Orleans, or Phoenix. One of those 3 that Texas is so huge, and my guess is it'd probably be Phoenix or New Orleans would be in that Texas division. So you have your California, your Texas, and then like you said, you have your Pacific Northwest ish in Portland and Seattle. Probably Vegas, maybe Denver, actually.
Or
Utah. Utah. Nope, you're right, Utah. And then it would be Denver, OKC,
Memphis, New Orleans.
Memphis. And then either New Orleans or whatever.
Unless Minnesota stays.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, question 3, please.
Question 3.
If the expansion draft were held today, who would you protect on the Kings?
So expansion draft, at least before, you could protect 8.
Correct.
I would protect Dylan Cardwell, Devin Carter, Nick Clifford, Keegan Murray, Maxime Reynaud, Sabonis. Well, let me get back to that. Plowden. Yeah, Sabonis. And then some rando, like honestly, like maybe Isaiah Stevens or something. Just more to the point, I would not protect Russell Westbrook. I would not protect. I might protect Malik, but maybe not. Let's just say I wouldn't. Monk, Westbrook, Levine, DeRozan. Yeah, I would make sure those guys are unprotected.
Like for the exercise, are we saying literally today or at season's end? Because I honestly don't know the rules. Like Westbrook, meaning is he be a free agent?
For the exercise, it's today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
I think the point
I actually would put all the veterans out there because this was a thought way back when Charlotte was coming into the league and the Kings had a really good team, and it was who are they going to protect? And one of the last 2, it sounded like it was between Darius Singila and Gerald Wallace.
Yeah.
And they elected to keep Singila. I remember saying way back when, because I think it was after Weber's injury, I said, and he was the highest paid, like it was a huge risk, but like are the Bobcats going to take Chris Webber?
Right.
I mean, are they really going to take him after a knee injury and whatever he was making at the time, which was a high value?
Right. Also, the message it sends.
Right.
You got to worry about that, too.
So that was a thought, but I was like, okay, they never thought about that. But like if you put Levine, Sabonis out there, they could grab them, but then also you're $48 million less on your team.
That's the point. Like, first off, I don't think Levine gets. I
wouldn't do it.
I would be shocked if Levine got grabbed. The only reason I'm on the edge about Sabonis is because I think
you'd lose him for nothing.
You lose him for nothing, and I think they can get something for him. You literally lose him for zilch.
Right.
And next year's, again, kind of a free year. It doesn't matter if he's on the books or not this summer or next year. I feel like I don't think they can get something for Levine. I don't think they can get something for DeRozan. So you'd almost be, and I could see them taking a DeRozan or a Monk or whatever.
Yeah.
But it comes down to you want to protect anyone, I think, young, and then you want to protect anyone that you think can flip for something. So in that case, I think the toughest ones are probably DeRozan, Monk, and Sabonis, because I think those are the three. There's not going to be a market for Levine. Unless,
well, maybe next year.
Maybe,
right?
and
then are you waiting for that?
Then we've got, and probably the only team that's dumb enough to do it would be the Bulls, and we just keep trading them back and forth because you're either the Kings or the Bulls are the only teams that you think will grab Levine. It would be interesting though. I want to say, and once this happens, or we get really close to it happening, someone's going to do a nice big fat think piece. And they're going to list, like, if the draft happened today, here's who we project. I think the NBA is so full of talent right now. And because of the apron, I think you're not going to be able to do like a Las Vegas Knights in the NHL where they just shoot right up.
Yeah.
You might be able to draft a play-in team, though, as an expansion team. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's going to be
someone will put a big contract person out there.
Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of talent available, a lot of teams looking to get rid of salary. And whereas before, these expansion teams were drafting mostly bench players and, young guys like Gerald Wallace that had potential, even like a Levine or possibly a Sabonis or a DeRozan just off of this team. How many other teams are going to be putting up guys that are good players?
Yeah.
You've got a team in this expansion team that doesn't have some cap space. They've got all their cap space just to fill and plug people in.
Yeah, for example, this is just an example, but like if it was a year ago and Portland knew that they got Lillard back, but he was at least a year away from recovering.
Yeah.
Still a big contract. Like, we'll put him out there. You're not going to take him. And they go, no, we will. We'll wait a year.
Yeah.
And I just don't know. It'll be interesting to see how teams handle this. And if it's a larger pool because of two teams.
Right.
Like before it was Charlotte was one. Maybe they say, you can only protect 6 or something like that. It's like, oh my goodness.
Also interesting, I know I'm trying to think in 4D here, but it would be interesting as an expansion GM to look at the field and go, maybe we do take a Zach LaVine because we're going to take a chance at being able to absorb picks for him, and we're trying to build, so we're going to take giant contracts that are expiring.
Mix and match some young guys, some expiring veterans. And
they have the room.
And then we'll probably be bad. Let's get some good lottery picks, but move these guys. And
if I am whoever's going to own Seattle or I am whoever's going to own Las Vegas, the very first thing I'm doing is I'm taking a meeting with Sam Presti. And when Sam Presti inevitably turns down double whatever the record-breaking contract is for a GM, I'm asking for permission to speak to his, just an order of how long have they been with Sam. I'm going right down the line. If I turn down there, I'm going to San Antonio and on, Miami, and on and on and on. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's take a look at the Kings draft position. We've got losing with purpose watch. I don't like to call it a tank. And a question from last night's Kansas-Arizona game that may be something Kings fans want to think about. We'll get to that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back.